Life inside a Japanese prison. They say Japan is one of the safest countries on earth. Low crime, clean streets, high trust. But behind this order, there's another world, one that few ever talk about. A world where silence is the law, where eye contact can be considered rebellion, where a single step out of line becomes an act of defiance. This is life inside a Japanese prison. In Japan, justice moves quickly, but the punishment lingers. When a person is sentenced to prison, their life doesn't just pause. It transforms into something entirely different. Inmates are stripped not only of freedom, but of identity. The typical Japanese prison is not overcrowded. It's not violent. It's clean, controlled, almost surgical in its precision. But that control comes with a cost. The day begins at 6:30 a.m. Not a second earlier, not a second late. The wake-up bell rings. Everyone rises. Not with chatter, not with groans, but in complete silence. Speaking is not allowed. No good morning, no private jokes, no whispers in the hallway. The only sounds are footsteps and commands. If you speak without permission, you receive a formal warning. Repeat it, that could land you in solitary. Breakfast is served at 7 a.m. sharp. A tray of rice, miso soup, and pickled vegetables. Nutritious, measured, not indulgent. Meals are eaten in silence. Chewing too loudly can be considered a disruption. When you're finished, you raise your hand to show your tray is clean. Then comes roll call. Inmates line up, straight backs, eyes forward. Uniforms pressed, slippers aligned. They bow in unison to the guards, a sign of respect or submission. Work begins by 8 a.m. Most Japanese prisons rely on labor. Prisoners are assigned jobs, stitching clothes, crafting furniture, assembling small electronics. The work is repetitive, grueling, yet it's framed as part of rehabilitation, a way to rebuild character through discipline. You're expected to hit quotas, make mistakes, and you might lose privileges, like books, or visits, or even the right to stand during recreation. Supervisors don't shout, they don't hit. They stare, they write reports. Every infraction, no matter how small, is recorded. And those reports follow you for the rest of your sentence. Then there's the silence. Silence isn't just a rule. It's the foundation of the entire system. Guards and inmates rarely speak. Conversations, when allowed, are cold and scripted. There are inmates who go years without hearing their own laughter. Years without having a real conversation. It's not violence, but it is deeply psychological. Solitary confinement, known as kambobo, is the sharpest tool in the system. It's used for punishment, for breaking rules, for defying orders. The room is small, just tatami flooring, a futon mattress, a low table, and a toilet. You must sit facing forward. You're not allowed to lie down during the day. You can't read. You can't hum. You can only sit straight-backed, silent, motionless for hours. A single stretch or sigh can reset the clock. Inmates are not permitted to make eye contact with guards unless spoken to. Hands must be placed on the knees when seated. Even bathing is timed. You're allowed 10 minutes, 3 times a week. Foreign inmates face an entirely different level of isolation. The language barrier, the cultural rules, the rigid routines. Everything is foreign except the loneliness. Some are assigned translators, but most learn to navigate the system in silence. Some go mad, others conform. There is no therapy, no counselor, no real way to cope. Just the unspoken understanding, survive quietly. Visits are rare, and when allowed, heavily supervised. Conversations are monitored. Letters from loved ones are opened, scanned, and censored. Many prisoners lose touch with the outside world. Time slows down, and eventually becomes meaningless. Yet for all its harshness, Japan's prison system boasts one of the lowest recidivism rates in the world.